All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Basically, just watching all the different events that have transpired recently. Okay. Well, that's the spirit. Look at that trending. You have what, mass shootings? Okay, as one of the top trending things, which has been happening recently. Okay, and there's been shootings. I mean, it's as though it happens every year. Which whenever it happens, I do a video on it. I always say it. These so-called terrorist attacks are almost like they have a season to it. Every time in the year, there's a specific time that people just start going crazy and start shooting people for no reason apparently. But that's not the point. The point is, here it is. You have the FBI. All right, it says here they're opening domestic terrorism investigation into Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting in California. Now, here's where because Esau uses play on words, man. All right, he plays on words, and you have to be circumspect when reading certain things. The ultimate goal of this isn't about Mr. Gilroy Garlic or any of that. Or the Slakia or the Gilroy Garlic Festival. No, it's not. It's not the main goal and point in which they're trying to get at. This is just a means to get to their goal. Their real goal is to come at us, all right, and really to come at anybody who was a so-called conspiracy a theorist, as they would say, which they deem anybody who speaks any form of truth about this country, all right, or in general as a extremist, because your ideas or your beliefs are extreme, all right, which that's what it is the truth, because telling the truth, as the saying goes, I forgot which quote it was, but it says telling the truth in a time or in a oh boy, I think it's something like in a time of deception, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. All right. So let me read this real quick, and I'll tell you why I say this. This is really coming for us. All right, who are pushing this word. Okay. All right, this truth. So it says the FBI has launched a domestic terrorism. Now let's look up domestic terrorism. All right, domestic terrorism. The committing of terrorist acts in the perpetrator's own country against their fellow citizens. Right. Now, what they're gonna do. Let me see examples. All right, what they're gonna do is, because we haven't. Look at that. FBI agents warn domestic terrorism poses threat to the American people. So what's the main goal here? Scare the people. All right, problem, reaction, solution. You create the problem, and then you fear monger to scare the people. All right, so now they're 100% on your side, and then you come up with a so-called solution. All right, that's why they're doing this domestic terrorism. Now, you notice how it said here, committing terrorist acts, right? We haven't committed any terrorist acts. All right, we haven't bombed anybody, we haven't shot anybody, we haven't killed anybody. All right, those who are sincere in this word. But there've been times along the road where certain events have happened, which ultimately was ordained by the Heavenly Father. But you have certain people that have done certain things, and they're gonna equate all of us with it. See, when they start this whole domestic terrorism stuff, it's not gonna be an individual thing. No, they're going to equate everybody with it. They're gonna bring up Joy Morgan. They're going to bring up other situations, all right, of so-called Israelites who went and did some criminal acts. And they're going to put it all together, which they're doing as we speak, or as you hear this video, okay, and they're going to bring it out and full-blown demonize us. Because if they can demonize so-called Arabs, all right, and say, yeah, these Muslims are terrorists, blah, blah, let's go bomb them. When they didn't really do nothing, guess what? What do you think they're gonna do to us? Okay, they're gonna equate all of us with it, because now they're gonna say, what are the punishments for terrorists? The punishments for terrorists or domestic terrorists is what? Let's say they say we'll give them capital punishment. All right, we'll put them to death. Cool. Now, in order to get these Israelites off the streets and put them to death, we have to say, okay, if the punishment for being a terrorist is you're put to death, then we'll just call them terrorists. So that way we can say, hey, it doesn't matter if you did a terroristic act. The fact that you're deemed a terrorist, you are liable to or you're subject to a terroristic punishment, which is death. Okay, Esau does that a lot. Now let's read the article. All right, real quick. I done enough talking. So it says the FBI has launched a domestic terrorism investigation into the shooting, the deadly shooting at the Gilroy Garlic Festival in California. Officials said on Tuesday. Officials now keep in mind the FBI, all right, and these alphabet boys, they have something called Project Megiddo. Okay, so this isn't a new thing that they no. They already have intel and information on us. They've been gathering information since years ago. Okay, officials during a news conference confirmed the discovery of a target list purportedly authored by the suspected shooter, adding that organizations and individuals on the list would be notified about the security threat. All right. So it says, due to the discovery of the target list, the FBI has opened a full domestic terrorism investigation. No, keep it a full domestic terrorism investigation. So they can come out and say, well, within this investigation, we got to do this. Or because we're doing this investigation, that gives us the ability to do so, so, and so, to so, so, and so. It says an FBI spokesman said, we are still looking for the motive in this crime. But due to the information we have uncovered, we are opening a full domestic terrorism investigation. Because their target isn't the shooter, their target is the person or the people who influenced the shooter. You see? And right now they're talking about we're still looking for no. They're making it up. They're building a case. Look at their track record, man. This is how they work. Okay? These people are major international terrorists themselves, and yet they turn around and call us terrorists. It says the targets he added are religious, they are government, they are in political parties on both sides of the house. The investigation comes just over a week after a gunman killed 13 people at the annual food festival before fatally shooting himself. Police say the gunman, 19-year-old Santino William Lagan, was in possession of white supremacist and anti-Islam literature in his Nevada home, as well as supplies for a large-scale attack. All right, and they have algorithms, man. So whatever you look up, whatever you search, whatever video you've seen, anything in your search engine or anything of that sort that you've come into acquaintance with, they're gonna use it against you, man. Best believe it. So now isn't the time to get scared and say, "Oh, I don't want to do this Israelite thing anymore, and I don't want to be a part of it." It's too late. You either go hard, or I mean, you're just gonna get stepped on. It says weapons discovered after the shooting, including a semi-automatic rifle used in the attack and a shotgun found in Legan's car, were purchased legally in Nevada. The FBI added Tuesday. Law enforcement officials told reporters earlier that determining an exact motive would take time. Why? Because they're trying to put the cases together. You know? Listen, man, and you might say, well, why are you telling me they're doing all this just for you guys? Yes, their main target is this word that we're pushing out. Okay, preaching the scriptures, the true way, that teaching our people, the Israelites, and waking them back up. That's what's hurting these devils, man, and that's what's making them afraid. So an exact motive will take time. They're trying to find the best way to approach and have the people on their side when they demonize us and persecute us and ultimately try to kill us, which they are going to put some of us to death. Okay? Because look, man, just give it some time and watch how it all unfolds. All right? They start somewhere, all right, and then slowly but surely they don't even land where they even started. No, they're in a different field. Okay, it says reviewing digital media historically has been revealing has been very revealing in terms of somebody's mindset. See, ideological beliefs, intentions. An FBI spokesman said last week, we've got to get into the computers, the towers, the thumb drive, the phone to get a holistic picture of him and see and who he was in touch with, what sentiments and thoughts he shared with others, what he cataloged for his own consumption. So they're gonna do the same thing to you. What group chats you're in, whether you might be in a WhatsApp group chat with your camp or whatever it may be, what YouTube videos you watch. You know, you searching up scriptures. Whoa, what kind of scriptures are you looking up? Are you looking up scriptures like Isaiah 13th chapter? You know, talking about people getting slain. You know, Yahushua coming back and putting people to death. Or are those the kind of violent you? So see how they're gonna paint it. He mainly looked into violent scriptures. You know, violent verses. You know, he looked up this, he looked up that. These are the people he was watching. Look at the and just like they did when they put the brothers in GMS, the I think it's the San Francisco camp. They put them on Fox News. Guess what? They clipped up a certain portion of it to demonize us. Okay, so best believe, man, these devils are they're gonna go all the way with it. All right. Now there was another article that I just found here. Let me see what it has to say here. Look at FBI agents warn domestic terrorism poses quote unquote threat to the American people. You see, they always do it in the name of peace and safety for you. The FBI Agents Association on Tuesday demanded that members of Congress codify domestic terrorism as a federal crime, warning it poses a threat to the American people and our democracy. Now, the scriptures talk about in Revelation 12, verse 12, that the devil is going to come down with great wrath, okay, because he knows that he has a short time. So this is an example, because you see how quick they're about to put in laws, all right, against domestic terrorism, classifying it as a federal crime, in turn having federal punishments. Okay, you see how quick they're doing this because they know they have a short time. So best believe the famine of the word is right here, man, and the persecution is here. But you know what? We're not scared. If anything, we're excited, man, because the scriptures talk about the Lord lifting up that standard. So you just come and put hands on us and see what happens, man. Okay? The Most High is gonna show this world something that they've never seen before. And yeah, and that's how the Most High plays his cards, man. When it looks like all is said and done, and we have no help, and we're in a predicament where it looks like there's no way out. That's when he brings, man, and the Most High, man, he goes in. So we're waiting, man. Yeah, we're waiting because we know what you're gonna do already. All right, here it is. We're doing videos telling you what you're gonna do, and you're gonna do it. All right, that's the power of prophecy. It says acts of violence intended to intimidate civilian populations or to influence or affect government policy should be prosecuted as domestic terrorism, regardless of the ideology behind them. The FBIAA President Brian O'Hare said in a statement. The association continues to urge Congress to make domestic terrorism a federal crime. O'Hare added a designation that would ensure that FBI agents and prosecutors have the best tools to fight domestic terrorism. They want access, okay, to come and grab us up, okay, to kick down your doors, okay, to separate you from your families, to throw you into FEMA camps, throw you into prison, kill you. That's what they're asking for. Okay? Domestic terrorism, that's code name that they know and we know for really us pushing this word, man. It says the statement from the association, which represents more than 14,000 active and former FBI agents, special agents, follows the Justice Department's announcement Sunday that it is treating the mass shooting in El Paso, Texas, as a case of domestic terrorism. Let me see if there's anything else I can get from here. Oh, in a televised address Monday, President Donald Trump said the administration has asked the FBI to identify all further resources they need to investigate and disrupt hate crimes and domestic terrorism. Oh, look at this. Trump also said he is directing the Justice Department to propose legislation ensuring that those who commit hate crimes and mass murders face the death penalty. So they're going to say those who commit hate crimes are what? Domestic terrorists. And they're going to say those who influence them are also domestic terrorists. And if domestic terrorists face the death penalty, then guess what? Shooter or not, influencer or not, equated with the situation or not, so long as they deem you as a domestic terrorist, you can face that death penalty, man. Okay? So yeah, they're working, man. They are working. All right. I'm not gonna read all these articles. I'm just gonna read certain parts of it. Okay, just to get the point across, man. So it says Trump accuses, and if you notice, is usually a lot of things happen. You know what I mean? Getting towards the end of the year. You know, that's when a lot of things start picking up, man. So it says Trump accuses internet and social media for providing dangerous avenues to mass shooters. Okay, internet and social media. What is the number one way we push this word? Even when we're out there teaching on the street, are we not usually live streaming it onto the internet or recording it to upload it onto the internet? When we do these videos, do we now record it and put it on the internet? Which YouTube is a social media platform. So you see how they use vague words, they use broad words, all right, so that they can equate us under that umbrella. All right. Don't forget they have this here, man. All right. And for those of you who don't know what this is, I suggest you look it up. All right. Go look up Project Megiddo. Project Megiddo. Oh, now check this out. What is Project Megiddo? Is an FBI report. So the same FBI who've been gathering information, which we're listed in that. All right, in Project Megiddo, yes, they have us listed in there. Okay, so the same FBI who already have us on their watch list, okay, which they already brought us out in the media and called us a hate group, okay, and they're gonna say what? Hate groups influence people to commit hate crimes, okay. That's what they're gonna do, man. So now check this out. The same FBI who have us in Project Megiddo are the same FBI who are trying to open an investigation into domestic terrorism. Let's see what's in here. Project Megiddo. Now check this out. This is the table of contents, right? Interpretations of the Bible, apocalyptic religious beliefs, the New World Order conspiracy theory, and the year 2000 computer bug, gun control laws. Sound familiar? Black Hebrew Israelites. You see that? It says Project Megiddo. All right, entitled Project Megiddo is an FBI strategic assessment of, oh, beautiful, look at that. Is an FBI strategic assessment of the potential for domestic terrorism in the United States, undertaken in anticipation or response to the arrival of the new millennium. What is this? An assessment of potential domestic terrorism. And who are listed in here? Black Hebrew Israelites. And what's going on now? The FBI is opening a domestic terrorism investigation. So who do you think they're gonna have on, or who do you think they're gonna be collecting information on? You see? So you see how it's all linked? Hey man, that time is here, man. All right. Interpretations of the Bible, apocalyptic religious beliefs. Do we not preach about the downfall of this kingdom? Wouldn't you call that apocalyptic? Okay, apocalyptic cults. The significance. Now let's click on Black Hebrew Israelites. Look at this. This whole thing dedicated just to us, which we're not Black Hebrew Israelites. We're Israelites. Okay, because you have you and we've done tons of videos about this, proving that we're not Black Hebrew Israelites. We're Hebrew Israelites. We're Israelites, man. Okay, take the black off that. But they wanted to. But why do they keep it there? They wanted to sound like a Black Panther kind of thing. You know, oh, it's another black cult, another black people thing. You know. So let's see, because I've done a video on this before, but I just want to pick out the important parts. All right. Uh oh, look at this. This movement has been associated with extreme acts of violence in the recent past, and current intelligence from a variety of sources indicates that extreme factions of BHI, which is short for Black Hebrew Israelite groups, are preparing for a race war to close the millennium. Look at this. Radical fringe members of the Black Hebrew Israelite movement may pose a challenge for law enforcement. Do you see how these devils are prepared to bring this and use this? They will put you in the news. They will put you on. They will put your social media up wherever you work. Everything is going to be there, man. They have the information already. Now they're looking for an excuse to make it public. Okay, so this is not a joke, man. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at that. It says, while condemning whites as incarnate manifestations of evil, as God's authentic Jews, which all we're doing is reading the Bible, man. That's all we're doing, and we're breaking it down. But you know what they call that? They call that an apocalyptic interpretation of the Bible. You know, therefore we're weaponizing the Bible and using it to brainwash people. That's that's what they're gonna do. Oh man, let's hear this. It says, like their Christian identity counterparts, militant Black Hebrew Israelite followers tend to see themselves as divinely endowed by God with superior status. As a result, okay, some followers of this belief system hold that violence, including murder, is justifiable in the eyes of God, provided that it helps to rid the world of evil. Violent Black Hebrew Israelite groups are of particular concern as the millennium approaches because they believe in the inevitability of a race war between blacks and whites. You see? So they're already saying that followers, all right, being influenced by the BHI, okay, are likely to commit things like murder, all right, and violent acts because now according to this report, we're telling them it's justifiable in the eyes of God, right? They're gonna use this, man. They're gonna use this. They're gonna use everything. Okay, they're going to use everything. Let me see what else they got in here. Uh, oh, mm, mm, mm. You know what? I'm not. Yeah, I think that was. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna. That's gonna be enough on that for now. All right, but you can just look it up. Project Megiddo. Okay, but the point is they have us in Project Megiddo. Who? The FBI. The same people that are going. They're doing these investigations. And what did Trump say? Oh, wait, where was it? Uh, I just read it here. Basically says what? Um, Okay, I don't think it was in this article, but basically Trump said whatever they need, all right, to get that investigation done, they should let it be known. mm. So it says President Donald Trump accused social media and internet of encouraging disturbed minds to carry out mass shootings and called for quick executions for their perpetrators. He also condemned white supremacy. See, so he's already getting at social media and the internet, which is a prime way we push the word. So guess what? When they shut that down, you're not gonna hear the word online. All right, which they already started targeting our videos. Right now, number two, they're gonna come after us physically. All right, because they're gonna be like, listen, man, you're not gonna be online, and you're not gonna be out there, and you're gonna have people, regular civilians, who are so gullible and simple-minded that they're gonna be easily swayed by Esau's tactics to the point where they're gonna come against you, man. The people in your apartment, the people in your house, your neighborhood, your so-called friends, people at your job, they recognize your face. Guess what? Yo, he looks like one of them Hebrew Israelites, man. And they're not gonna say Hebrew Israelites and think of scriptures. They're gonna think of domestic terrorists. They're gonna think of people with beards, no lineups. You look like one. All right, let me keep an eye out for you. And you're gonna see the separation because people in the world, they love they barely grow beards. They like getting lined up and all that. And there's a different vibe. Okay, but best believe, man, these devils are getting ready, man. Okay, they are getting ready. Okay. Let me see what else it says here. Now, there's another article. It says racism, hate crimes, and mass shootings. Uruguayans urged against traveling to U.S. See, so this is now the agenda they're pushing. Okay, to alter the view of people, how people see America, how people see certain people. Okay, and in turn, it sways the people's emotions into wanting them to go in the direction in which these elites want them to go in. Okay, let me get this precept real quick. Ignorant. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, which the word Satan means adversary, all right, or one who is adverse. Okay, so really you have these Edomites, with starting with their elites, their heads, the people in power. They're adverse to us. All right. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now let's look up the word advantage. All right, in the Greek, pleonekteo. It says to have more or greater part or share, to be superior, excel, to surpass, have an advantage over, to gain or take advantage. Okay, to over. Okay, all right. So lest Satan should have an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So the second they start plotting these things, we already know where they're taking it. We already know where they're gonna end up with it. Okay, we already know where this is gonna end up, man. We're not ignorant of your devices. Okay, and this is a part of Satan's devices, man. So yes, the FBI is coming after us, man, and it's not just gonna be the FBI. Okay, just you wait, man. Just you wait. This is not a time to lose faith, and this is not a time to start getting shaky, man. All right, that's why you can't have that mindset of being attached to everyone, man. Okay, you gotta be attached to your How Shem Shai, and you have to be ready to move if need be. Okay, you have to be ready, man. It's not just you can't be getting comfortable and complacent. All right, actions are about to start, man. Things are about to start getting hot and fiery, and a lot of people are gonna melt. Okay, because a lot of people's faith isn't made of gold; it's made of paper. All right, and what happens when you put paper to fire? It burns. What happens when you put gold to fire? It purifies. Okay, so that's why it tells you. Which let me end it with that precept. Okay, Second Esdras 16 and 70. It's a little lower than that. 73. Then shall they? Well, let me. Oh boy. Let me start at 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, because they're going to be deemed as terrorists. They shall be like madmen. Who's they? These troops. all right, shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Because once they get that permission and go ahead, they're coming full force. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. All right, Revelation 2 and 10. They shall cast some of you into prison. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Okay, so this is coming, man. All right, so we got to stand strong and keep our faith, because this is all the works of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. So with that, I hope this was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and Shalom.